That's right. Another commercial from Gemini with no voiceover. It's me. Absolutely. It's me. It's your boy. It is the breakdown episode 614. And this is the Gemini. This is the Gemini commercial. Get yourself a Bitcoin credit card. That's right. A Bitcoin credit card issued by WebBank. Issued by WebBank. 4% back in Bitcoin. Okay. Go ahead and purchase something and get some Bitcoin in return, 4% back. Also, the XRP card is out there, as well as the Solana card, all issued by WebBank. All give you 4% back on your purchases in your respective tokens, or I should say coins and tokens. Anyway, Gemini.com/David G. Go ahead and check it out. Okay? Check it out. Terms apply. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm back. I finally had enough time. Okay, been busy working on the brand, building the DG empire. I finally had the opportunity to get myself a goddamn cut. And I can't stop looking at myself. That's right. I kept the beard. Kept it. I was like, yo, fuck it. And, you know what I'm saying? Keep the beard. We got a great show today. I said we every day. By the way, shout out to YouTube. Shout out to LinkedIn. Shout out to the boomers on LinkedIn. Shout out to my former coworkers. That's right. I see you creeping. Y'all don't see the boomers on LinkedIn don't understand. They think that they're slick, right? So I got some ex-coworkers that are tuning into the show. They don't comment, but they tune into the show. But do you know? I can see you. I can see you after the show. I'm just saying. Thanks for supporting, even if you're lurking. Shout out to X. You know how it gets down. X. Shout out to X, formerly known as Twitter. We got Rumble. We got TikTok. I promised the TikTokers I'm gonna go ahead and do the renegade dance while I talk about politics. Instagram is the only one that we're having trouble. Instagram literally is the only one that we're having trouble with. Only one that we're having trouble with is Instagram. I don't know why it's not cooperating with us, but we will be on Facebook and Instagram soon. I promise. Oh, we got somebody from Greece. Somebody saying hello from Greece. I'm international, babe. All right, at 1:15 p.m., Grant Cardone comes on. Okay, I've been wanting to speak to Grant for a very long time. I think Grant is a legend. He's a legend. I first heard about him, and I first heard about him when I was in the automotive industry. Somebody said, "Yo, you got to check this guy out." I'm like, "Who is he?" It's Grant Cardone. All right, cool. Check them out. I was like, "Damn, this dude knows what the fuck he's talking. This motherfucker knows what he's doing." Anybody in the automotive industry knows who Grant Cardone is. I'm sure everybody in real estate knows as well, but I'm just saying in general, I don't know, to me, that was my first introduction to him. And then I got a signed book. I was probably like, I don't know, was I like 20? Probably like 26 when I got a signed book from Grant Cardone. Yeah. Shout out to him. Also at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Crypto BitLord. He comes on. We're going to chat for a few minutes. It's been a really great week, man. I got to tell you, it's been 3 great weeks since the official launch of the DJ. Guys, stop asking me when I'm going to run for mayor. Okay. I told you my ambitions are bigger. I'm looking to run for the White House. I am looking to run. I want to be the next president of the United States of America. Okay. Now I am going to allow JD Vance to get his 8 years in, but after that, you know what? I think JD Vance needs to start looking at me as his running mate, right? Why not, right? You know. Why the hell would I want to be the mayor of New York? Everybody complains here. I don't want to be the mayor. Oh, everybody in America for. But I'm just saying in general, New Yorkers really complain. What the fuck would I want to be in New York? I know, but honestly speaking, if I were the mayor of the New York, if I were mayor of New York, man, holy shit, I would make New York great again. Like I legit would make New York great again. Everybody would have fun coming into New York City. Everybody would love to come to New York City. I would greet every single person. I would literally greet you at the Brooklyn Bridge. Like I would meet you there. Yeah, that is funny though. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know why you guys are so scared about the markets, man. I'm actually very bullish. I feel like some of the old school Bitcoiners are selling their Bitcoin. I also feel like people that have held on to Bitcoin for quite a while are selling. And you know what? It's an opportunity for you to get in. That's right. Like, it's funny. You guys have consistently asked for a better position. Like, think about it. You guys have constantly asked for a better position to get into the market or a pullback so you can DCA in. And you've been crying about these things. You got it. You got it. So why cry? Take the opportunity to buy in and DCA. If you've already bought in, just DCA. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the easiest move here in the markets is to buy and hold and DCA. That's it. Sell into the green, okay? Buy in the red. It's a very simple and easy approach, and it's a winning one. You can win. You will win. I promise you. Listen to your boy. Listen to your boy. Listen, you guys call me a Jew, then listen to me then. You're out there saying Jews make all the money in the world, then listen to me. Listen to me. That's all I gotta say. I mean, this market gives you the opportunity to be successful. And it's very simple and it's easy. Let me take that back. Nothing's easy, but it's not as hard as you think. It's not as complicated as you think. Especially here, like if you get into, you could have gotten into something 7 years ago and just held, and you're fine. I made a tweet about Zcash. You could have gotten into Zcash 2 months ago and just held, and you're up and you're winning. It's all about patience. It's all about patience. Do you have patience? You're not, a lot of you guys want things handed to you. All right. It's like the other 42 million people in the United States of America. You want something handed to you, right? 42 million people. And when I allude to the 42 million, it's the Snap people, right? 42 million Americans should not be on Snap, okay? Listen, there are legitimate reasons why you might be on Snap, but most people, you're just lazy. You're absolutely lazy. You need to get your ass up. You got to get to work. That's it. Also, somebody mentioned this. There is no crying in the casino. You guys cannot blame and continue to blame KOLs and influencers for making bad decisions. You ultimately hit the buy button. If you are influenced by anybody, especially people that have a PFP of a goddamn crocodile as their profile picture, you are to blame. Not them, but you. I don't listen to what. Listen, I'll listen, but my decisions are made based on my personal decisions, not because some dude came out there and started screaming XYZ is about to go. No. I press the buy button. I press the sell button. Okay. It's time. It's time to go to that bathroom, get some Windex, go to that bathroom, wash your mirror. Besides washing yourself and putting deodorant on yourself and cleaning yourself up and not looking like a hot mess, clean that mirror and then look into that mirror and you will realize that you That person that you're looking at, that person's to blame for the losses. If you ain't winning, then look in the mirror because you will then find who is to blame for all those losses. And that is you. Okay? You motherfuckers know, like, I know when I log in and I go into crypto Twitter, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, if I'm buying something, I know the consequences, right? I know the consequences. I know what might happen. You guys like to complain, but you do no research. You want your hands held. You want instant gratification. You kind of deserve the losses. Maybe you need these losses in order to level up. That's it. It's bottom line. Bottom line. Stop blaming influencers and KOLs. I don't like KOLs and influencers, but I got to tell you, they're not to blame. You are. You are. You're not doing your due diligence. Landy has a market recap Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. He also went ahead and did one on the weekend last weekend. Okay. Came on a Saturday. Wild. Came on a Saturday to do a recap of the markets to update you guys on them. Did you tune in? Some of you did, some of you didn't. And then you're crying about being in the red. You're crying about being in the red. The Breakdown, episode 614. Sponsored by Gemini, the good folks at Gemini. Click the link. Trade $1,000 in crypto and get $100 in Bitcoin. Terms apply. Obviously, look at that lovely Gemini flag. I love Gemini, and Gemini better love me. Okay? I love Gemini, and Gemini better love me. And Austin better start inviting me onto these streams, man. Or we're going to have problems, Austin. Okay? We're going to have some problems. GNN produces the show. Shout out to myself. We'll be right back after this commercial break from Gemini, the silent commercial break. And we're back. We're having technical difficulties. So I'm going to have to just wing it here. Wing it until Grant comes on. Welcome back to the Breakdown, episode 614. GNM produces the show. Gemini is the partner and sponsor. I thank God. Listen, Gemini. Everybody add Gemini right now. Anybody who's tuning in, add Gemini and tell them, why did you give David a commercial? Okay. Why did you give David a commercial with nobody with no voiceover, no music, no nothing? I want you guys right now, go on to your respective platforms. From if you're tuning in to from LinkedIn or Rumble, X, YouTube, go ahead and send that message out there. Add Gemini and be like, yo, what's going on? What's happening here? Why'd you give David this goddamn commercial with no voiceover, and why are you making him become the voiceover artist? Tell him, tag him. Tag him. I am absolutely not worried one bit. I want to talk about the crypto markets. I am absolutely not worried one bit about the markets right now. And I thought about this today as I was sitting and getting the freshest haircut of all time. I'm sitting and thinking to myself, like, you motherfuckers are still up. A lot of you guys still have or are still in profit, right? So you're still in profit. Are you guys looking to buy a mansion? Are you guys looking to buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari? Like, are you guys looking to buy a Rolex? Like, what are you guys really, are you guys like right now at this very moment, are you looking to buy something extremely expensive? Let's go to, let's down that a little bit. The only reason why you would be worried is if you over leveraged and you're overexposed and you can't afford to pay your bills because you went all in and you didn't leave enough money on the side for bills. You didn't leave enough money for rent. You didn't leave enough money for your car note, for your insurance payment, health insurance. I can keep utility bills. If you don't have money to pay those items that I just listed out, then I understand why you're nervous. Otherwise, if you have money that you put away to the side that will hold you up for the next 2 to 3 years while the market cooks, you have no reason to be worried. You have absolutely no reason to be worried about anything that's happening in the market. On the contrary, this is actually very bullish for you. Because if you do have money on the sideline, if you do have 15% in stables or whatnot, this is easy for you. You're looking at all this like, man, thank you. You're looking at Bitcoin under 100K. You're like, thank you. You're looking at Ethereum at these, thank you. Solana, thank you. Like, you're looking at these assets and you're like, holy shit, I can buy at these levels again. I never thought we'd go under 100, right? So if you've had money pushed away to the sidelines, first of all, let me back up again. You should have had money. Number one, you should have had money put to the side for two things. One, to make sure that you can survive for the next 3 to 4 years. So if you made money in this space, right? Let's say you calculated all your costs. You should have had money about, I would say, generally speaking, enough to pay your rent, all the bills, and to take a vacation. There you go. Let's assume that's $50,000 a year. You should have had $150,000 set to the side. There you go. 3 years, $150,000 set to the side. Then you should have had like $50,000 set to the side for when, and that's a hypothetical number, for when a dip like this happens or a pullback, that you have money on the sidelines to go ahead and participate. I said 50,000. Some people say, but hold on, you can't even buy a Bitcoin for 50. You could choose to buy $50,000 worth of Bitcoin with the $50,000 that you have laying to the right. Or you can take the 50 and start going into Ethereum. You could have gone into Solana, BNB, could have gone into Zcash, you could have gone into Monero. I can name it all out, etc., etc. You could have took some and also allocated it into memes as well. So anybody who's done that, anybody who's done exactly what I just stated, by putting away money to the side, making sure that you can pay your bills, so you're not panicking when things like this happen in the market, you're fine. Anybody who's in spot and doesn't play around with leverage, you're fine. So, like most people that you see on the timeline acting frustrated, blaming others and KOLs and influencers, they wreck themselves. It's not the KOLs or the influencers, it's the person that was pressing the buy button that had no clue what the fuck they were doing. You know what they were doing? They were chasing. You know what they were chasing? Millions. They thought that they can get millions overnight. They thought that as soon as they signed up for an X account, that they were entitled to millions of dollars. Unfortunately, that's not how it plays out. 1 in a million luck out, and they go into a play and they get lucky. I don't know if lucky is the right word, but they were at the right place at the right time, and kaboom, their 100 or 300 or $500 turned into 300, 400 grand. That won't happen. That won't happen to a lot of you guys. You're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to work for it. For me, I needed to give you guys a serious conversation. We'll be back right after this commercial break. Welcome back to the show. Gemini, the sponsor. Again, guys, tag Gemini and tell them why. Why doesn't David have a real voiceover for that commercial? Why does the crowd have to sit in silence? Though the commercial is top notch, we need a voiceover. I can't be that guy. Gemini is the sponsor. GNN does produce this show. We are waiting for Grant Cardone to come on here. Technical difficulties. Okay? Technical difficulties are happening right now. Of course they would be happening, but it's okay. It's a live show. Shit happens live. Anyway. I hope it doesn't happen to BitLord, man. If I go 2 for 2, I'm done on a Friday, bro. I swear to God, I'm gonna be done on a Friday. Next week's schedule, by the way, is really packed with some really good crypto and non-crypto content. Definitely subscribe, follow me on all channels because you're gonna want to tune in for that. You're gonna want to tune in for this also, man. I wish I could sit right now at Grant's computer and just help him out for him to go ahead and log on to here. I'm just saying, I wish. By the way, I want to say something about Landy. If you guys know Landy, Landy's trying to, you know what I feel? Landy's trying to scare the shit out of you guys. All these TA guys like Landy, they're trying to go ahead and send the markets lower so they can buy lower. So, like, be careful, man. Be careful. Okay, don't sell your Bitcoin. Because if you sell your Bitcoin, you're going to sell it straight into Landy's hands. Landy is waiting. By the way, Landy just texted me like 15 to 20 minutes ago, said, hey, if you need somebody to go ahead and FUD Bitcoin some more, let me know. But for the time being, I'll be at the golf course, hitting the ball away. Landy, don't tell me that shit. Don't tell me that shit. Okay? I don't want to hear it. I absolutely do not want to hear it. I know what time it is. Landy. Landy's trying to defend himself. The funny part is, Landy said that he is going golfing. Okay? He is going golfing, yet he has time. He has time to listen to this program. Now, of course, a lot of people lurk here and they tune in from all these social media platforms to listen to me. So I appreciate that. This foul-mouthed son of a bitch from New York. They tune in to listen to me because they know I bring value. They know I bring value and I'll tell you the truth. You don't want BTC, get out now. I'll take the risk for. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. The FUD campaign. You know what? I'm so disappointed in you Bitcoin maxis. Like, you're all about that life. And now you're selling. You're selling. I peeped the accounts. You're selling. But you know what? It's a good thing. Like I said earlier in this program, it is a good thing that they are selling. It's not a bad thing. You want some of these guys, you want some of these freaks to get out. Because what happens? We have better opportunities to get into the market, right? For every 1 Bitcoin they sell, there are 10 people buying that Bitcoin. And that's perfect. That's what you want. You want that. Anyway, speaking of a legend, okay? I'm gonna tell you again. When I was young, even though I still look young, when I was younger, and I was working in the automotive industry, somebody said, "Do you know who Grant Cardone is?" I'm like, "Who's Grant Cardone?" And they're like, "Look." Started watching. I was like, "Damn, this dude's solid." And then I learned more about him. And then I got a signed autographed book. Okay, I got one of his books. But today we bring him on. We go ahead and talk. Grant, what's going on? I know your camera's not on, but what's going on?
Oh, how do I turn my camera on, David? Let me see. Do I do that?
This is live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, it's live. I would
my team doesn't have
the
Can
second
you hear me,
button.
David?
I hear you. Do you hear me?
Get them. Yeah, I can hear you perfect, man. I can see you. You look good. You sound good. I mean, you look better. You look better than I've ever seen you look, and you sound better than anybody sounds in the game, on the game, that's doing the game.
Oh my God. I can retire now. I mean, I've retired already, like 3 cycles, but now I can officially retire. That's it. That's all I needed. Grant Cardone.
I'm a bounce and come back in. Okay. So
all right, go ahead. Do that. That is Grant Cardone's going to be on the show, right? Oh my God, I can retire. What am I doing here? I already retired cycles ago, but I could just retire. By the way, I didn't retire based on crypto. I want to let everybody know that too. I think everybody got this false thing. Like, let's see if we Grant. So if you can click the button, the button on the bottom, there's like a microphone, then there's a camera button. You'll see it.
Yeah, but you should have had like, okay. Yeah, I see Black Magic, Ultra Studio. I see Wirecast. Hey,
there you go. There we go. You look good. You look good. Don't worry about it. You look good.
Bro, like I cannot believe people should have had this set up. My team should have had this set up. I'm gonna kill somebody today. I'm like, come on, guys. I don't know how to do this stuff. You're making me look bad. And David,
legendary
bad because you look good, bro. You always look good.
I appreciate that, Grant. Listen, I'm serious. I was in the automotive industry for about 17 years. And I remember when I first got in, they had your courses, and they're like, peep this dude, man. It was one of my managers. He came up to me. He was like, peep this guy, and you'll see.
Yeah.
Just watch his shit.
Yeah.
And I'm watching. I'm like, and then I like started watching some of your YouTube stuff, and I'm like, damn, dude's a legend. So I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. And you were probably watching that stuff when we were still on CDs and DVDs, and then even before that, which was the Betamax.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, your stuff is really good. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, if you tuned into that at that time, it was just like you started to understand how to sell, and now it was you got some incredible, and you had some incredible people that would. I remember some of you guys would come down to the actual dealership to go ahead and talk to the guys and kind of teach them on selling. So that's cool, man. I appreciate you on that. So I wanted to get that out the way.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, so now that we have you on camera,
I've been in the hustle business, since I was like 8 years old. So I remember, I'll tell you a story, David. My dad gave me a quarter once, and I took that quarter down the street, and me and my brother, I have a twin brother, and we both had a quarter. It was 1950, there's 1967, 66, something like that. I think John Kennedy's probably the president, somewhere around there. This is when you could walk to your store. You could tell your kids to walk to the store, and you wouldn't get arrested for abandonment. And my brother and I walk into the store, bro. I got a quarter. A quarter would buy some stuff too, bro. You could get, you get a piece of gum for a penny back then.
Yeah.
So I'm tripping. I'm so excited. I got swag on. I'm going down to the store to pick up my shit, on my terms. And I'm flipping this quarter. I'm flipping it, and bang. The next thing you know, it flips, falls out of my hand, and falls into a manhole. And I can't reach the damn quarter in the manhole. And, it was the big round manholes with the big slots in them. And I couldn't get my hand deep far enough, and I couldn't pick it up because I was too small. And I lost that quarter, and I went home, and I'm crying. My dad's like, "What happened?" I said, "I lost the quarter." He's like, "Never play with money. Never play with money." And dude, he just like, I just had this massive financial loss.
Yeah.
And now my dad's going to hammer me for it. Never play with money. And I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, and that was the start of my Grant Cardone right there.
There you go.
And now let me just tell you one other part of the story real quick. My grandfather, who was, he was an illegal immigrant his entire life. He lived in America without papers his entire 89 years. He did gambling, he did alcohol, he did drugs, he did whatever he had to do. Like, that's what illegal immigrants do. And love for all the illegals here in this country that are figuring out how to pay your rent, man. You guys are unbelievable. So mass respect for you. Not the way you came in, but the way you make things work while you're here. So anyway, my uncle grabs me. He saw the whole thing with my dad. He came up to me. He's like, "Son, your dad just told you never play with money, but I'm going to tell you another lesson that you might want to consider." And I said, "Yeah, what's that, Grandpa?" And he's like, "Never go any place with just one quarter."
Yeah.
And dude, ever since that day, bro, ever since that day, I don't play with money and I never go any place with 1/4.
Yo, that's gra- Grandpa's always got the legendary stories, though. I
Oh yeah,
gotta say,
grandpa was the guy teaching me about scaling before I knew about 10x.
which I want to touch on 10x. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a. I remember like every year that's a huge event. Everybody would tune in, especially I would tune in to that stuff. All right, so it took a while to get you. What made you like? I want to talk about Bitcoin real quick. It took a while for you to get into Bitcoin. Did
I
it
thought
or
you
did
were
it
gonna
not?
ask me why it took me such a long time to get on your
I
show.
I have to because like I get it. I get it. Like I think your brother got in. I think Gary got in before you did, right? Or am I wrong? I
Yeah,
could be wrong too.
I don't think that's true. I think that that's a little bit of a legend. Okay, my brother's been in it 5 or 6 years. I was given Bitcoin 13 years ago. Now I'm not dismissing the influence my brother has had on me, like the orange pilling he's done on me, and his conviction about Bitcoin has had an influence on me. But I think the Bitcoin community makes too big a deal about the Bitcoining, right? Like this is the only thing that needs to be. What did I say? Not the Bitcoin, the orange pilling. I
Yeah.
think, because you understand that like everything that people become convinced of that they weren't once doing is an orange pill event. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm a sales guy. I know sales. I know every part of the sales process. I know it like a science. I understand where I'm at in a sales cycle at all times. The problem with the Bitcoin community is they don't understand that orange pilling is a sales cycle and they're terrible at selling. They're terrible. They stay in the product presentation the entire time. As you know, David, because you're a sales guy, the worst salesman is always the guy that knows the most about the product.
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
you guys that know how to mine this shit and you know how many of this it takes and how many of that it takes. And like you guys that read the Bitcoin standard 17 times, yeah, you're revolutionaries, but you're the worst salesman on planet Earth.
I,
Cause you,
I've
yeah,
I'm telling you, Grant, you can look at my other podcast. For years, I've been saying Landy doesn't agree with me. He's a Bitcoin maxi, even though he alleges he's not. But I'm
yeah.
like, you guys do a horrible Bitcoin maxis have done a horrible job presenting Bitcoin to the normies. It's just like you listen to it and you're just like, no. 5 minutes in, you're like, I'm not interested. Goodbye. Like it's
Dude,
just like,
I was interested, and then you kept talking.
there you
you know,
go.
okay. I look. I got a buddy. Bob's got to be worth 15 or 16 billion dollars today. I've known this guy for 20 years. He says these Bitcoin people are crazy. He says I'm interested in it, and then they start telling me that fiat's going to die.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
this is a
that's
guy, do you know, for the Bitcoiners out there, to accumulate a net worth of 15 or 16 billion dollars, you would have had to make at least 150 billion dollars of what? Fiat.
exactly. Exactly.
Like this guy's whole world is like, I'm going to go out and create a company. I'm going to build it. I'm going to scale it. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to collect fiat and I'm going to take that money and I'm going to go roll it again. And I'm going to build more fiat. Like you're telling somebody what they're doing every day is wrong. And this is why, like, so back to the story. I was given Bitcoin 13 years ago. A group wanted me, like, you got introduced to me as through sales. It was a group, a multi-level marketing company in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2013. And they were having they were having a conference for their team. And they said, we want Grant Cardone to be the speaker. They called the office and said, we can't pay him his fee in cash, but we can pay him in Bitcoin. And we have a policy here at this company, never say no, ever. Under any conditions, you don't say no. You say, yeah, and then we figure it out. So we told the guy, yeah, we don't know what Bitcoin is. I don't know what a wallet is, but I'd rather the money because I understand the money. But Grant loves helping people and he likes speaking to companies like yours. When is it? Where is it? Okay, we can do it. Let's agree on a number. Okay, now this Bitcoin thing, we don't understand it, but just because I don't understand something doesn't mean I should say no to it.
Correct.
So, I'm a simple guy. I'm like, bro, let me ask you a question about this Bitcoin thing. Sometimes y'all say BTC. What does that have to do with Bitcoin? He's like, well, that's the abbreviation, the acronym of Bitcoin. That's how little I knew. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't mind not knowing something. I'm gonna let everybody know I don't know. Just because I don't know doesn't mean you're gonna take advantage of me. I said, okay, this Bitcoin thing. Now, can I get an STD from that? And he's like, what? I said, I mean, is there any chance of me getting some kind of like disease that I can't get rid of? He's like, no, bro, there's no way you could get a disease from it. I said, good. If I can't get a disease and it's not going to kill me, I'll take it. Can somebody tell me where to put it, what to do with it, and how to convert it back to cash? And they said, sure, no problem, dude. So I accepted it. It was 115 Bitcoin. Because I'm a conservative person, I had them show me how to get rid of enough of it to pay for my cost of my hotel.
Yeah.
Literally, I sold off enough for my hotel and my plane ride. And I kept the rest of the Bitcoin. It was the best speaking gig I've ever done in my career. And that's how I was introduced to Bitcoin. And that's really how I was orange-pilled.
So what are you doing? So I guess Gary has just done like this. I guess Gary has done a great marketing job to say he was first. I'm just kidding, Gary.
I don't think he's out there saying that he was first.
No, I'm messing around.
Oh, you're messing
I'm
with
messing
me?
around. He's Mr. He is taking it on.
Dude, he's all in, bro. I mean, he's all in. He says one day I'm gonna get all in like him. I'm like, well, we've added almost 3,000 Bitcoin to our balance sheet this year. So
did you get that? Did you start collecting or purchasing more Bitcoin when you started looking at like what Michael Saylor has done?
Yeah.
Did that like hit you and say, you know what, I got to do the same thing, this flywheel?
Look, I've been looking for ways to, if you've been following me for any length of time, I write my goals down every morning.
Yeah.
And so we have about $5 billion worth of real estate. I've done extremely well in my life. I'm very fortunate and blessed and happy and all that stuff. And we got another company that does an education business that does very well, consulting company that does great. But I'm always looking for, hey, how do I scale my business? Like my grandpa said, don't ever go anywhere with one quarter. And, I have my real estate business, and I was in a Bitcoin real estate debate about 2 years ago. And I was on the real estate side. There was like, what's better, real estate or Bitcoin? And I got off of that. I don't think I won the argument, even though I could have the argument that real estate's better than Bitcoin for a number of reasons, by the way, depending on who you are. Your audience would probably disagree because they're probably a bunch of, Bitcoin maximalists that don't have as much Bitcoin as the real estate guy, by the way.
No, I'll tell you right now. Hold on 1 second.
See, that's the funny thing, dude. That me and my brother were talking about this yesterday. The guys that know the most seem to have the least.
100%. That I can probably agree with you on. My audience, though, like honestly, I'm on all channels right now. It's on LinkedIn, so we got a bunch of people. We have a bunch. I hate saying boomers, but like we got a bunch of guys that are interested. Like I remember when I was working in the dealership, and I was like, "Y'all need to get Bitcoin," and they were like, "Stop! You need to stop with your fantasies here. Nobody's buying Bitcoin." I'm like, "You don't."
What kind of cars were you selling, David?
Well, I started with Infinity, and then I sold Volvos and Hondas. And
okay. Let's say a Honda card. Okay, car's $38,000. Payments are going to be what's a Honda card? 30,000, 35,000, something like that. I don't know.
Let's take a Honda Accord. I guess 30,000.
Payments are going to be $400 a month. What a smart Honda dealer would do? They'd add 100,000 Satoshis to the purchase. Say, hey, bro, every Honda comes with 1 million Satoshis.
I was like, do you know how much money you can save?
No, they'd give it to the customer, bro. They'd include the Satoshis with the purchase. Hey, by the way, when you buy the undercoating, okay, when you buy the clear coat, okay, when you get the warranty, okay, when you get the health insurance, the accident, when you can't make your payments, dude. By the way, we got you about we got you. We got you 100,000 satoshis in the purchase. Why are you more expensive than the guy does? Because we include a satoshi, 100,000 satoshis. By the way, that could be worth more than the car itself.
You know what? I had Brian Benstock on. You know Brian.
Yeah, sure.
If he's tuning in, hey Brian, that might be an option.
Dude, I would do that in a second. Free advertising, free
Yeah.
promotion.
You don't know how many people will come down to the dealership to buy a Honda.
100%, dude.
100%. I agree with that.
That's better than a toaster. Remember
or,
those?
Or a 55-inch Samsung TV.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, back to the point, like I've been looking for ways to improve the quality of my real estate. We buy the best real estate in the country. I'm without exaggeration, best locations, best assets. We buy from institutions. We just bought a deal in Boca Raton, best in class, perfect location, like irreplaceable. And it was a 230. These are not little single family homes. These are It's a $230 million project that took 17 years to build. And we added $100 million of Bitcoin to that purchase. Because look, I'm looking for ways to improve my real estate. Okay. I can only, my competitor has the same roof I have.
Yeah.
He's right across the street. Okay. He's got the same windows, the same floors, the same kitchens, the same sinks, the same tile, the same, like, it's 1,100 square feet. I might have a little better view than him. Same neighborhood. He could be a little cheaper than me, actually.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things I can do to improve that. But we started adding Bitcoin. After I got off that debate about real estate and Bitcoin, I got off of it and asked myself, what if I could put the two together and we wouldn't have a debate?
And
that was a year ago, dude. I've done 5 projects, $1 billion worth of real estate this year. We have about $300 million worth of Bitcoin on our balance sheet with $1 billion worth of real estate. This is going to become the best Bitcoin treasury company in the world. It has real revenue, real income, real cash flow, a real use. It comes with depreciation and it comes with a bunch of Bitcoin. And then every month we buy Bitcoin out of our free cash flow.
How much Bitcoin do you expect to end up with by the end of this quarter? Are you expecting to buy more?
We'll have 3,000. We'll have 3,000 pieces by the end of this year.
And are you looking towards next year? Are you looking to acquire a little bit more than you were acquiring this year?
Oh, 100%, dude. I'm gonna scale this. I just started this.
Okay.
I met with Saylor. Gary actually got a meeting with me and Saylor early this year, February. I started in March. We have 5 deals already funded. Completely funded. Okay. We're not public yet. I'm going to take this model public. I'm going to build the largest real estate Bitcoin publicly traded treasury company in the world.
And that's where you stand though. Like, it's just Bitcoin. You're not entertaining, like, let's say an Ethereum or a Solana kind of play.
No.
Okay. So it's just Bitcoin. I mean,
we need, particularly in the beginning, we need it to be a very clear, concise story that we're telling and validating. Okay. So we have, basically what we do is we're taking a fixed asset, a very heavy asset, real estate, combining it with the digital, like it takes up no space, no time, nothing, right? It's like, boom, it's instant. It's very volatile and it's extremely liquid. This one's not volatile and not liquid.
Correct.
This one cash flows, this one doesn't. I mean, look, the Bitcoin, no matter how you say it, doesn't have any yield. You could say it's got yield. I know a bunch of the treasury guys are saying they got yield, but you don't have yield. The real estate has real yield. And I have a real purpose over here. Now, the cool thing is we have onboarded 1,500 investors, just shy of 1,500 investors in the past 4 months into Bitcoin that had no Bitcoin exposure.
See, that's the difference. And that's what I keep on saying. Like, somebody like you that finally understands what Bitcoin's purpose is, understands what Bitcoin's all about, it's easier for you to go and then explain it to others that are interested.
But we're not explaining the Bitcoin.
Understand, but I'm saying if you're having conversations right now with all your friends, you have some. I'm sure you have some friends who have a lot of money on them, and they're interested in Bitcoin. You're able to explain Bitcoin better than anybody else can on X Spaces, right?
Well, what I'm doing is, look, I'm not talking to the Bitcoiners. Number one thing, the Bitcoiners talk to the Bitcoiners. If you want to make your church smaller, just keep talking to your congregation. You want to make it bigger, talk to people that don't come to church. You can't grow a church talking to the insiders. You got to go outside and talk to the outsiders. Now, the problem is when you go talk to the normies that you call them, the normies, you cannot talk to them in a Bitcoin language.
Well, that's why somebody like you you've sat around, you listened.
Yeah.
Now you're able to go ahead and explain this to your friends that are interested.
Yeah. And the way we explain it is, what are you on? You're on Restream right here. So the way we explain is we show the real estate. Hey guys, I bought a piece of real estate out of bankruptcy from Blackstone. How big is that? It takes up the entire blocks, 366 units in Boca Raton. So they're looking at the asset. I hadn't even mentioned Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Guys, what's the cash flow going to be? About 4% a year. Oh, by the way, I'm going to grow the cash flow for the next 5 years. So we make 100 million on the asset. The 230 turns into a 330 exit. Oh, by the way, I added 100 million at purchase of Bitcoin. What do you mean you added 100 million? Well, I took the 230, I added 100 million. So we make the total transaction size 330 and it still cash flows almost 4% a year. So Bob, do you want the real estate and the Bitcoin, or do you just want to be invested in the real estate? The returns are identical, by the way.
That is awesome.
And then he's like, bro, if the returns are identical, I'll take a risk on the Bitcoin. What happens if the Bitcoin goes to zero? We still have our real estate that could go to 330.
Correct.
So I think this is going to be a revolution not for Bitcoin. It's going to be a revolution for real estate. And again, the Bitcoin audience, I think, is you're trying to get somebody off of something they do every day onto something new. I'm not. I'm keeping them on the thing they do already. They invest in real estate. There's $390 trillion invested in real estate on planet Earth. Okay. If I can get a tiny piece of that to say included in my real estate, I'm going to add Bitcoin and still have cash flow, still have the write-off, still have the cash flow, still have a rental growth over long periods of time. I still have the stability. I still get my big tax write-off, my accelerated depreciation, and I get exposure to this thing called Bitcoin. I'm gonna literally change the way people invest in real estate.
Grant Cardone stays winning. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 614, sponsored by Gemini, where you can go get yourself some Bitcoin. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. GNM produces this show. I am happy that Grant joined me today. I had Grant coming on for a different reason, and that was, so, I mean, you have a lot of real estate properties. Are you ready for, I'm a New Yorker. I'm not in New York City anymore. I'm a New Yorker. A lot of people obviously aren't really thrilled with what happened in New York City, and they're talking about just moving. I have a lot of people in New York, outside of New York City, talking about moving down to Florida. Are you getting a lot of that or no?
Dude, you got that. I got to tell you, when I came on here, man, I'm like, you got that kind of that. You know what I'm about to say, right?
I got that. I have no clue.
Madame, what's his name?
Oh my God, no.
You got that glow though, dude. You got a little bit of that look. You could look like it's cousin or brother.
I think I'm better looking, and
clearly you're better looking.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But he's charismatic. You haven't said free yet. You haven't said free yet, so maybe you're not.
No, there's nothing in life is free. When I heard him say free, I was just like, "What are you talking about, dude? There's nothing free in this world."
You know what free rhymes with, right?
Go ahead, tell the audience, Grant.
Slavery.
Ain't nothing free.
Slavery's free.
What happens when every single person you're taxing leaves New York City?
They're leaving now, dude. 177,000 people have left New York City. $14 billion has left that city, not the state, the city. Another 14 billion is going to leave. Okay. Who's the winner? Florida. That Boca deal, we've done 30 leases in 7 days.
And what do you expect that number to grow out to?
We've done 30 new leases, dude. I mean, we got 9,000 apartments in Florida. I know people are coming from New York. Like I'm here. I know what's happening here.
I mean, people are in New York are tired of being taxed. So you go.
Well, they've been looking, and they're looking for reasons to come to Florida. It's not they've been coming down here for freaking 30 or 40 or 50 years, bro.
This was the reason, though.
This is just another reason.
Okay.
This is another reason. This is like, okay, bro. Like I already know where I'm going. Just give me another reason. Madami, what's his name?
Mandani.
See, that's what I do. I never use the name of my enemy.
It's true. I won't even mention one because I seen you. You guys are going toe to toe on social media. But
who is this? What is this about?
What? Say that again.
What? Who's going toe to toe?
No, you were going. It was like a few months ago. You were going toe to toe with some guy, and I was just like, man, like Grant's getting into him, man. That is wild. You were just getting into him. You were on. I never seen you so active on social media. You were just.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you probably know what I'm talking about.
I don't. Who was it? I don't know.
Gary.
Oh yeah. You won that one too. Won that. That's handled.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was haymakers. I was like,
yeah, I never do that. I never do that until I have to. I've only done it like 3 times.
No, but you were a bull in the china shop. You were throwing them. I was like, whoa.
That's what resolved the whole issue too. We that whole thing got resolved because of that.
Good.
Do you remember the John Leisure $100 million defamation suit? Did you see that one? Solved that shit. When the lawyers couldn't handle it, I did. Sometimes there's a time to go public.
Yeah.
You know, when nothing else works and you've tried all the civil ways to talk to people and, you know, rationalize with people and use common sense. And, you know, then sometimes you just got to go nuclear and embarrass people publicly. And most people don't think, you know, a lot of people keep thinking that Grant's I'm going to embarrass Grant. You're not going to embarrass me, dude. I already know who I am. There's no way to embarrass me. You can't say anything about me that I don't know already.
I love that. You know, it's like what Deion Sanders says, like, your opinion of me is not the opinion that I hold of myself kind of thing. So it's just like, I don't really give a shit what anybody says on social media. I know who I am kind of thing. But when did you, like, I know you get busy and stuff, and I hope to get you on my podcast because we're doing like a podcast every single week with like the top notable names.
Dude, I got to be there. I got to be there with you, man. It's going to be
we have to do it. Grant, you have to do it because I've been DMing you since I was 26 years old.
Dude,
okay.
I'm sorry it took me so long to get on here. So I really truly apologize. I'd love to be on your show.
Listen, it's okay. Honestly, it's like you've done a hell of a lot of shit in your life. I've seen you do that Discovery. I think it was on the Discovery Channel, right?
Yeah.
Where you just took like 3 cents and turned it into some real good cash. But you show people like, yo, you got to go to work. Like a lot of people don't understand. You got 42 million people on Snap in America. Maybe 10% actually have real reasons why they're on there.
That number was 17 million 3 years ago. Crazy.
People are just like, you know what? I'll just slip. Anyway, I wanted to ask you one last question before you go, and hopefully, again, I can get you onto the podcast. Love to go ahead and sit down with you.
By the way, I was in the unemployment lines. Let me see. When was this? This would have been, I was 23 years old. Yeah, this was 44 years ago.
But there was real reasons why.
No, I was out of work, bro. I was out of work.
No, but I'm saying, like, you were looking for a job.
My uncle walked in. I lost my dad when I was 10 years old. My uncle walked in. He sees me in the unemployment line. He was probably in there cashing in some food stamps, like fraudulently. You know, he's probably scamming the system like half the people on Snap do. That's right. I said it. Half of you guys are freaking scamming the system. Snap scanners.
That's what I said. But hold on. Once the government reopens, they'll come back right into the markets. That's what I keep on saying. All the people that are on Snap right now, they'll come back into the traditional markets and even the crypto market, and they'll start participating
Oh,
again.
you think so, huh?
That's what I think. But
You
look,
think they're out of the market right now?
I think they're dying in debt. Where you seen the credit card debt? What was it? $1.27 trillion, largest debt ever in history.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's crazy. The retail hasn't been here. Grant, retail has not come into these markets. I don't care what anybody says. Retail is not here. They have not participated. It's just been the same people that have been here for 7 years, and they're just playing at the same table, and the money's rotating. You
Uh-huh.
haven't seen retail come in, because when retail comes in, you'll know retail is here. That I stand by that.
Yeah.
And one last thing, I see
No,
you.
well, let me just tell you. I was going someplace, and I don't want to leave your audience on a
Okay,
cliffhanger here.
go for it.
But I don't know what it was now. Shit, you lost me.
I think he's looking at me. First, he gave me the illest compliment of all time, because I was about to retire. But then he said, "You kind of got the glow like Mandani."
You got that Mandami glow, bro.
Jesus Christ! I don't know if that's a compliment or not. The Democrats, the socialists will say yeah. The Republicans will say absolutely not. You've gotten a little bit more political, though. I've seen you get a lot more political. You were out there in California.
Yeah.
You were very vocal about the New York City mayor.
Yeah, I tried to help Goomba. Tried to help Cuomo.
Yeah.
But
Did
he's such
he
an
reach
idiot.
out or
He
no?
wouldn't even let me help him, dude. Look, I voted Democrat the first half of my life. I've been a Republican for the second half. And I called Cuomo's office and said, dude, I can help you win. 26 days out, I can help you win. By the way, I helped Trump win. And I helped my boy over at Bernie Moreno in Ohio win, senator. And I said, I can help you win. And these guys didn't call me back.
Yeah, I tried to get him on the podcast.
What's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you? I wrote his brother. I hit Chris and I said, Chris, what's wrong with your fucking brother, bro?
It's weird. Grant, like, you would think like he would go on to your show or have a talk with you, or come.
I'm friendly. I'm friendly. I'm friendly, man. I'm friendly. I don't care what you did. Like, I think they were worried about the COVID. They were worried about some sex scandal he was in. I'm like, nobody gives a shit, bro. I just don't want a communist in New York.
I think that's how everybody,
nobody cared. Nobody cared. Anything was a better choice. But you know what? This other guy was willing to go to work and lie to the people. So anyway, yeah, I've been more political, bro, because the politics is affecting your ability to own property now.
Yeah.
We twice tried to go to New York and buy real estate, and both times I've been blown out because of some ridiculous decision they made. This is going to be unbelievable for the state of Florida.
Well, I appreciate you, Grant. I really do. Like, I am, like, honestly, first of all, I hope you continue to be successful. You will be, regardless. I'm happy that you're in Bitcoin now. And I'm happy that you're more outspoken in the political world. And I can't wait to get you onto the podcast one-on-one. I don't know.
How long is your podcast? How long do you go? You do a long form or short?
It's unedited. It's 1 to 3 hours. I don't know. It depends on the conversation. I want to have a conversation, not an.
Well, dude, you'll run out of shit to talk about before I do.
I won't.
You will. Yeah, you will.
I will not run.
You're going to go on repeat after about 20 minutes.
No,
it won't even be anything fresh.
You will be very surprised that you will sit there and be like, "Holy shit, it's 5 hours already."
Oh yeah, sure.
We'll see.
Okay.
I appreciate it though, Grant. And
dude, are you coloring your beard?
No, I am. This is me.
Okay, just checking, dude.
You will one-on-one in real life at a real life setting. You can go ahead and have people inspect. Is he coloring his hair or not?
Okay.
He's trashing me. I am talking about, he is one of the people that I've looked up to, and he's out here like, he started off with, man, you love.
I'm just curious, bro. I'm curious. Like, you're a friend. Like, I asked my friends what's going on. So where's your podcast? Where do you have that?
So I'm starting the new podcast off this month, and I'm just sitting down with really cool people like yourself.
Yeah, but where is it located?
Everywhere.
What do you mean, dude? Like, if I came to your studio, where is that?
We go ahead and sit down. We'll go into the Gemini studio. Forget about sitting down. We're going to go sit down in a real big place.
Where, dude? Does it have a location?
In New York. in New
New
York.
York. Okay. Yeah. If I
New
come
York.
to New York, otherwise you come to Miami, you can do it in my studio.
That's what I'm saying. We can go ahead. I can come to you. You can come to me, and we can have that conversation.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Grant. Though I'll send you an email personally.
Okay, brother. Appreciate you, man. By the way, I'm giving 100,000 Satoshis to whoever can give the best description of my guy right there, Big DG. The best description gets 100,000 Satoshis.
You heard it. You heard it. You can send me the satoshis if you want. I'll take it.
Maybe you describe yourself.
I will.
Well,
I'll write a whole. Unlike everybody else
throw the descriptions down in the chat.
in the chat, guys, in the chat. I can't believe you called me Mendani. I'm going to get roasted by all my boys on here right now. But I appreciate you, Grant, and we will have you back on. We're doing that podcast. I'm holding you to it.
Okay, man. 10x everything.
10x everything. There we go. Follow Grant. That's Grant, the legend Grant. Yo, we got another legend coming in. That was cool. You know what? I told you, I was like 26 years old. I seen Grant do shit on video and stuff in the automotive industry, and I was like, man, this dude's a straight up hustler, man. But Breakdown episode 614, sponsored by Gemini. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Terms apply. All right, this legend. I've been trying to get this legend on for a while, so he's been waiting. I appreciate him waiting in the green room. Let's bring him right in. Yo, what's going on, man?
How you doing, guys? It's good to be here, mate.
First of all, congratulations on whipping everybody's ass in the goddamn ring. I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I was like, yo, he's gonna destroy. Like, these people don't understand. Like, he actually takes this seriously. He's gonna destroy these people when they come into the ring. Like, they talking mad shit. Like, he's gonna get knocked out. I'm like, this ain't these lames that you're watching on IFC and shit, man. This guy he will destroy you. So good for you, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, my last two opponents were like good guys, friendly people. But I think I'll be getting in there next year with someone I don't like, and that's going to be a lot more fun.
That's what you got to do. You got to get in there with somebody you despise. And there's plenty of people to look on CT when it comes to that. I'm sure they're in your tweets replying, but none of them would step in the ring, right?
Plenty, mate. Plenty.
All right. First of all, you have the most historical video of all time. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Actually, I don't. I mean, there's a couple. Like if you go way back, there's a couple, especially on the last account that I lost. But I mean, yeah, could be any, mate. But
let's find.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly had some fun.
Let's find it, because this is inspirational. I think this is what the market needs right now, man.
If it's that speech, I don't want to hear that shit. Not now.
Oh, you're tired of it?
I heard it so many. Yeah, I heard it so many times, bro.
Like, that is the speech we need. We need that.
Fuck, I heard it 1,000 times, man.
But that's all right. So, what do you think about the market right now? Are we going to zero, or are we all going to look like heroes? What's happening?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, like what you're seeing now in the whole like meme sector is people saying, "Oh, they're not running," but they are. I mean, we just had the BNB season. CZ kicked that off. We saw like multiple back-to-back runners run to $300-400 million market cap. We saw like plenty top up around the 120, 140 million, like 60, 80 million runners left, right, and center all over the place. Then we had a bit of action, little bit on Solana, but problem with Solana is everything is one thing starts to run and then it's got like 20 more clones, and that just sucks the liquidity out of that, takes a little bit of heat off it, so it doesn't really get the traction that it needs or deserves. We saw a little bit of stuff happening on base chain with the X402 stuff, popped off a bit of a season there, but again, they're having the dilution thing with this creator capital markets where every post is a coin. I think it's ridiculous. I think Coinbase are making a big mistake with something like that. The thing that drives value is scarcity, not dilution. And now we're obviously seeing the privacy metal, which is fantastic because in the privacy coins we don't have the same problem of dilution as we do in standard common memes. It's very hard to go ahead and create something that can take on these top privacy coins with a clone. So I mean, it's good.
What do you think? I mean, do you think the launch pads? Like, I'm asking you these questions. I know pretty much how I feel, but do you think these launch pads have ruined everything here?
100%. They've made it too easy, too accessible. There's too much dilution. There's too much player versus player. Everyone's just creating another coin to go ahead and compete with what's running to suck liquidity. They're making the fees. They're making a lot of money bundling, sniping, and selling these things as a business. It's no longer about the meme or the movement anymore. These people are in it purely for money, purely for greed, purely for extraction. I have zero respect for that. It's a very toxic part of the ecosystem that I believe needs to be removed. And once it does, and once we see some changes, we'll start to see some tremendous growth in those markets again.
How do we do that as OGs? Like, and we have our own audiences and everything. Like, where we honestly want change. Like, we want to bring down back the old fucking culture, man. How do we do that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the fix here?
You know what? I think a part of it, it's there's only so much we can do as individuals, because even if we're not going to trade on it, and we're going to say that it's a bad thing, we're going to take a stand against it. I mean, there's the market's so big, and there's so many players out there that are still moving into it, that are still engaging with it. And a lot of the normies that are coming in, I mean, if you look at pump funds advertising, they advertise like they're so aggressive towards the everyday consumer. And what's happening to anybody coming off the streets into pump fund? They're getting absolutely extorted. I mean, that's the whole entire business model. So it's just an empty, yeah, it's a very empty casino. The only real winners there are the people they have the sophisticated bots that extract, they bundle, they snipe. They're the ones that are winning right now.
Do you think it was really Melania that went ahead and really took out this entire space? Because I don't even think, honestly, Lord, I don't even think we had retail come. I still believe this. I don't believe retail even came back. Like, have you really seen retail here, or have you seen the same people
No,
that have been here?
No, that's the thing. I mean, you know when retail are in, because if you walk down the street and you've got a Bitcoin t-shirt, people will be harassing you how to buy altcoins and the latest runner. Like if you had to want a Bitcoin t-shirt in 2017 when Dodge is popping off, people come up to you, harass you how to buy Dogecoin, how to buy XRP, how to buy these things. But I think a lot of it now is, Bitcoin's too high for the everyday consumer. They don't care. No one cares about $100,000, $110,000 Bitcoin. In their mind, it's already too expensive. It's outpriced. They don't care. That's why you find a lot of everyday people, they're drawn to things like XRP. A lot of people hold XRP. A lot of people are familiar with XRP. It's got a great product. It's got a really good price point at around $2-3 a coin. It's affordable, and it seems like it's backed by banks and trustable uh reputation there. Whereas these days the consumers, they're not drawn to them. It doesn't matter if a meme coin runs to 300 or $400 billion, they're not biting. They don't care. um even getting things like run into the billions, they're just not biting, because they've been burned so many times, and they don't have that disposable income to just keep on going. I mean, these people, they'd rather sports bet, they'd rather gamble on sports betting than go ahead and play in this shithole casino that we've developed with these launch pads.
Yeah, it really, honestly, and respectful. I don't even know if respectfully is the right word, but like, honestly, these launch pads have really killed the culture of PVE and believing in something. Like, we used to rally behind something. Like an entry of 5 million was like, oh, that's dope. I get in at 5 million. Now it's like, if you don't get in at 15 or 20K, oh, that shit's done. Like, I'm not going into that. People, if you don't sell when it hits 1 million, you're going to like, all these things that I'm listening to. I'm like, this is not crypto. This is not the shit that I came into. You guys, motherfuckers will not go into a 10K. They won't even go into a 10K runner because it has to be at 5K. And then people, or listen, I have no beef with KOLs or influencers, but some KOLs and influencers, if they're not getting allocation for a 5K what are we doing here? Are we that poor?
Yeah, they are. They are. A lot of the times, I mean, they're working together in groups. They have these kind of connections and things like that where they, they bundle these things. They're sniping them. They're trying to tie up as much supply as they can, and then they're trying to get it out there. And then as soon as it starts to move, they don't care how or what the meme means, or what it could mean, what it's about, what it symbolizes. As soon as there's money on the table, they're just taking it.
I feel bad because I love the meme economy. I think it's great. I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about when Pepe popped off, like everybody rallied,
Yeah,
and then r- like a lot of OG type of memes from 4chan started to pop off, and yeah, then every team there were teams that actually were trying to actually take things to the next level. Now it's just like, what the fuck happened? How do we bring it back? How do we get out of this bullshit? I'm not even interested at this. It's like a lottery fucking ticket. All right, you just throw like a few shekels into it and see if it pops off or not. We need to figure it out. We need to have a meeting of the OGs sitting at the table, and this shit needs to be like one of those presidential meetings where like you
yeah,
see Trump on Fox where he's sitting with his whole cabinet. We need to have one of these things to go ahead and say enough is enough. That's it. And now with honestly now, Lord, with the rewards, creator rewards, nobody gives a fuck about actually the actual token. They're like, yo, if this shit goes to 200, 300K, I banked. I just made 50K. I don't give a shit about
yeah.
where this shit goes.
Yeah, that's a lot of the attitude. I mean, the what actually happened, I mean, Pump Fund had to change part of their revenue model. They needed ways to be able to, keep people attracted and engaged in these markets. So, as you saw, we can see on chain statistics, Pump Fund had been losing revenue for well over a year now. They're losing market share. They've got more competitors that have come into the space. They're competing with the Binance cartel now, with Ball Meme, etc. Um, there's a few more launch pads that are sprung up, so there's more competition. Plus, they've already been losing their customer share. Introducing the creator fees was a smart way to kind of retain some kind of activity on there, but in reality, it's just contributed to the decline of these trenches, because people are launching. I mean, you see some of these wallets, mate, when I bought stuff, because it's a meme that's popped out straight away. I've seen the wallet, it's already created like over 150 coins. And there's no value in that. Absolutely no value in that.
And you feel that Coinbase went the wrong route with what they're doing, right?
Yeah, listen, Coinbase spent a couple $100 million, maybe even close to a billion. I'm not exactly sure what the acquisition numbers are on things like Zora, etc. And they're trying to bring consumers in. They're trying to get people in and turn over some trade volume. They want to make money on their investment. They want to see trade volume and activity in there. So they're looking at ways they can do it. For some reason, they believe if every post is a coin, and everything you do is a coin, and some kind of create a capital market, that's going to be a good thing because everyone can make money. Well, that's not the case. It's economically impossible for that to be a sustainable system. If every post I'm doing is creating a coin in a market that people can buy, there's no real value to what it is that I'm posting or saying, because if you're buying it, there's a new one tomorrow, the next day, a couple minutes later. It doesn't create any value. We saw Jesse Polak go ahead and he created a couple meme coins on base, right? And I saw one straight away on Twitter, and I thought it was a great thing. It was called Dominoes. So I click and I just raw dog that contract. Raw dog the contract means I don't check it on the screener. I don't check it on bubble maps. I don't check it on anything. I see the contract, I click it, I put it in, and I just ape the fuck in straight away. I buy that. Then I retweeted. I'm like, check this out. Jesse's launched a coin. This is creator base. I'm thinking this thing is gonna run hard, and I got a pretty good entry.
Yeah.
Then I get some guys like tweeting at me. They're like, "You idiot! Yeah, cool. He's launched like five more." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "No." Like I thought it was just fun. People talking shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it dipped a bit. I bought some more. Then I go in then finally, after I've bought all this coin of it, I thought now it's time to like actually see what's going on. So I clicked the tweet. I scroll down. People are saying that why is he launching more? I click on his profile, scroll down. There we have it. He's launched like 5 more, and I'm just thinking, what the hell are you doing, man? And the coin never really took off. None of them did because he's just launching a new one every couple of days, kind of thing, with this whole mentality of these creative capital markets, and it just shows because if you had have just launched one coin on base, it would have ran to at least probably well over 100 million during that time, without a doubt. Probably maybe even crack up around that 150 mark. That's like the upper region that would have hit, and it's not possible, it's not achievable because there's a new one coming out every day. That dilution mechanic is not what anybody wants to see. So their belief that an everyday person can come in and start posting and making money by posting, it's a pipe dream. It's not going
Yeah,
to happen, and unless they change something, uh I believe they're going to lose a lot of money on that.
I agree with you on that. I don't like any. I don't know. I think we're too early for that kind of stuff. You know what? I with base, I think base has such a fucking tremendous opportunity to just like do like amazing things, especially like if you look at the numbers, they have Coinbase has 350 million plus users. If you take 1% of that and they trickle themselves down into base, and who do you think Coinbase is going to promote? Which chain? Base, right? You take that and you have legitimate projects on there. That shit sends into billions. Like that should be the focus. And you pick out the correct projects, you market them because they have a ton of money to go ahead and market, and kaboom, and everybody's happy, and we're in a really bullish time. This shit that's happening, I just like, what is this shit, man? Like, I understand tokenize yourself, that's great, tokenize yourself, but there's a proper time to go ahead and do that. I know that I know I've seen you go. I've been reading your shit, and it makes me laugh. But like some of the shit you say is just off the fucking chains, and I love that shit. Um, what's this? I'm not in Kit Kat. I'll tell you why I'm not
Yeah,
in Kit Kat. Okay, there's like 30 of them. So because like one came out, then another came out, and then the cousin came out. And I was like, but you went hard, and you got like what was it? You got I think you got the trademark and shit. Like, I don't understand anything that's happening. Honestly speaking, on this one, I'm actually so fucking confused. The family's a scammer. Like, help me
yeah,
out here, good lord. Like, I have
yeah.
no clue.
I mean, it's crazy, right? So I'm always connected. I'm always looking for new opportunities, new runners, new memes. I love memes, man. Like
Yeah,
I honestly, it's a passion. I was there for like the birth of Dogecoin and things like that. I was there for the every single step of the way up to like the 70-80 billion dollar market cap, and I just want to feel that again. I want to feel that kind of move, but it feels like I'm the only one sometimes. This generation is definitely a bit fruity. But I was scrolling and I saw this. Yeah, I saw this article on Twitter about this. What a robot killed a cat, and I was just like, oh, holy shit! Oh my god, that's really sad. But okay, where's the contract? Straight away, and I thought it was a robot, like one of those Roomba things, and I was like, oh, that's big, like that's big. And then I learned it was a Waymo. So I've checked, the cat's name was called Kit Kat. I check on Pump Fund, and there's a whole bunch of them. So I'm looking, okay, which one's got the most volume, the biggest market cap? By the way, they can fake that stuff very easily.
yeah.
But if I'm watching the books for a couple seconds, I can tell if they're running bots on it. I don't need to run a script or do anything like that. I can just see it on the eye. I saw one, and it had a lot of fake volume, but it had a bigger market cap. And there was a couple others running at the same time. I was like, which one am I supposed to buy? Like, I have no idea. And I checked the chains of a few. I was like, ooh, nice bundles. And they're getting good with this bundling. They hide it so well. They can make it look like dot, 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 dot.
Yeah.
If it looks like that, I guarantee I can 100% bet you my entire net worth that it's a scam and it's bundled. So I jumped in James Wynn space and I was like, dude, like this cat just got run over by a Waymo. It's gonna be like a massive meme. Like I really think there's an opportunity. And yeah, he's just like, well, I can't remember what he said. He's like, "You're crazy, man." I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I might launch it." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, maybe." I said, "I don't know." And he's like, "Yeah, 50-50." And then 10 minutes later, I posted on Twitter. I said, "Hey, I'm going to launch this." And I was actually about not to. And then I launched it and I had like 2K in my wallet of Sol. So I bought that. It turns out it was like buying 26% of supply. I didn't know. I was like, all right, cool. Anyway, I posted on Twitter at 30K market cap. It went up to like 40, 50, bounced back down. It sat there for a couple minutes and then it went up to 70, bonded, crashed back down to 40. Um, and then it just went bang. It just teleported to like 1 million, bounced back down to 600. And then it just went absolute bonkers. It went to like 9 million the same
Damn.
day. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I didn't sell a cent of that. I held it. And then we learnt that the owner was coming out and they were saying that he's created this coin and it's one of these other ones. The rest of them all were dying. They were all just getting farmed and they crashed down to absolute nothing, dust. And then I just didn't seem right. I was a bit curious. I was, how's it possible that you're this guy that's living in San Francisco, like rural San Francisco, some shithole. You you don't know anything about crypto. San Francisco is a shithole. You don't know anything
Absolutely.
about crypto, but you've managed to bundle 85% of the supply on this coin. No, I'm not buying it. So we looked into it, and it turns out that actually there was a anonymous Telegram group that reached out to this guy via email, got him to put the contract in his Instagram. He imported the private keys for the contract that these guys bundled into his pump fund to be able to stream and then say, okay, I'm the owner. So basically, these guys, they were very smart, very crafty to be able to use him like that. And I found out about it and just said, no, I'm not going to back down. I'll keep promoting this thing. I'll keep sharing this thing. I listed it on some exchanges and yeah, there's a bit of a community growing. I mean, Elon Musk mentioned it, and that's generally how these things start. It was a whole year later after Peanut, so I'm just putting the dots together and thinking, hey, come on, let's see something run. But the market is what the market is, and we can't control anything. So that's a bit of the backstory on that. Sorry, I can't hear you, mate. Your mic is.
Oh, I was like,
Oh,
that's cool
yeah,
because there was like 30, 40 of them, and I'm like, I'm confused, and then everybody's fighting like it's Game of Thrones. I'm like, then I see you're being mad vocal. The thing is, I respect your hustle because like you don't give a shit. People like I can't as a mark. I want to be a market participant just like everybody else. Anything I go into, God forbid I go into something. Oh my God, he went into something, and they're looking and they're praying for the shit to go to zero. It's just so nasty out here in these streets, man. It's just like, yo, how about you support? How about you use that same negativity, turn that shit into some positivity, and fucking support my ass when I go out there and talk about something, man. Same thing happened with me with this. I don't know if you heard of Rage Guy, but ticker Rage.
yeah, yeah,
I went into it. I went into Rage, and I went into a bunch of Rage Guys because I think it's a dope ass fucking meme. I go
yeah,
into Rage Guy, then I go into Rage, and then like I'm like, these motherfuckers are cursing me out, so fuck them. I'll hold that, but I'll go fucking unite around people that actually like me. Why would I want to put my money into something where I got people that don't like me and shit? So fuck them. I'm like, I'm going into this one. And yo, it's just brutal out in these streets. It really is, man. Motherfuckers
yeah,
drag
yeah,
you through the fucking mud, but I'm so used to it that it doesn't bother me. But it's just like that's what it's like. Who the fuck wants to come in here? Who wants to come in here and listen to this shit that's going on? You know what I feel like? It's like people are fighting for the last dollar. Like, there's a dollar on the
yeah,
floor, man, and just people are fighting for that. It's just like, man, it used to be so much better, but I believe that it will come back. That's one thing that I do believe. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. I don't care what I hear about the markets pulling back. That's great. You got money, go ahead and buy up the dips. But I really feel that third leg is coming. I don't give a shit what anybody says. We seen that shit with Shiba Inu. That shit was dead. And what happened?
yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
started to
yeah,
come in and that shit popped 45, 50 billion. And I expect that shit to happen. I expect the real memes to rise. Like and people who actually are backing shit, like you're backing something. I expect these things to also go and move into the millions, man. Like people that are actually putting their names out there and pushing shit, these things will fucking move. That's just my personal fucking opinion on that.
yeah. That's it. I mean, part of it is once you get a strong narrative, once you get something that's it means something, and there's a kind of like a symbol to it. Uh, and the community gets behind that. There's no dilution. There's no like PVE. I mean, it's going to work magic. It's going to go. And that's part of the reason why you see privacy coins go so strong right now, because they've got such strong brands, and they're very hard to vamp. It's very hard for someone to go ahead and create another Zcash tomorrow, because they need sufficient mining resources to be able to stabilize that network without it being attacked and forked and destroyed. So it it, it removes all of these devs that are on these launch pads. I mean, they don't have the skills or the technical know-how to be able to do that. And even if they did, they couldn't get the mining resources to do it. So there's no Zcash competitor. So when the money's coming in, it's just hitting straight into Zcash, straight into Monero. They're your big dogs right now. Bit of Dash as well. Even some of the things like Verge and some of the older coins are also getting some of the love, which is good, because there's a very small handful of them, and it's very hard for anybody to come in and try and create new ones and compete with that. So the money flow comes in, it hits, and there you go. That's what you're seeing now with something like Zcash just going straight vertical for a couple of weeks now.
What I seen you on the timeline, and this will be the last one. I know you're busy. Um, the privacy tokens, or excuse me, privacy coins, privacy protocols. I was big on that back. I guess going back to like I was getting into Verge and Monero and all that. You mentioned Verge is funny. Justin, I think, and the team did a great job at the time. But as all privacy coins, they got fucking shitted on. I seen you on the time. Are you for Zcash or you against Zcash? Which this is how I look at Zcash. It's showcasing all the privacy coins. That if you want to take anything away from it, it's showcasing like the privacy section, which I think we do obviously need, and it's showcasing Monero. This is not me talking about who's better. I'm just saying it's showcasing Monero, Dash, Verge. I can keep on going. I think it's been a positive. What's your take? Because I seen you on the timeline. You got a few opinions on it.
Yeah, like I was a big Monero guy when Monero first came out. I got a lot of history of that, and the whole like ring signature um, ecosystem. And when Zcash came along, I mean, people want to talk about like cypherpunk and things like that. I mean, we were pretty deep in that era at the time, and then when they're coming out and doing this trusted setup where they got like 6 shards, and they have to not collude and not be not have the devices compromised and all this kind of stuff. And if they were, that it means that you'll be able to de-anonymize the chain, plus you'll be able to mint um, shielded Zec at will, etc. Things like that. I mean, it was backed by the Electric Coin Company. 20% of the funds went to a company for profit, etc. There's absolutely nothing cypherpunk about this. It's marketed as the new Bitcoin, the cypherpunk thing. Hey, it's absolute dog shit. But and then again, I will trade it. I still hold some from was it 2016 that it launched? I can't even remember. And I traded some of the very first Zcash that ever existed. It came out on Poloni X, and I knew there was only fractions of it to come out because of the way that the block rewards were done. I put my bids at like 100 BTC per Zec, like staggered all the way down to like 10 BTC. I bought the very first block, and then I resold it for a couple hundred, and even up to like 1,000 BTC per a fraction of Zec. So that's my history of it. I've trolled it. It's a love-hate relationship. But end of the day, it's a very strong brand. It's very easy to market for them. They have a lot of tentacles in the ecosystem, and it's going to keep going. I think it's going to crack around 1,400, 1,600 US. I mean, that's when I'll start digging through some old wallets and just moving everything I have. But until then, it's going to be one hell of a ride.
For sure. Maybe I'll bring back common sense into this industry. Bidlord, I appreciate you coming on. Hopefully, in the future, we can get you on some more here to go ahead and just chat about the markets, man.
You know what? I'd love to. And next month I got some gum coming out. It's got NFTs and crypto in it. You scratch it, scan it, redeem it, get it straight into your phone. I'll send you some. I want you to try it out. And
Let's do it.
Then we can jump on and chat about it.
Let's do that. I appreciate you, bro. Legend, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too, mate. Thanks for having me.
That was BitLord. There you go, Crypto BitLord. I've been trying to get BitLord on here for a while, man. I think he's a cool cat, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That dude doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. We'll be right back. Gemini sponsors this program, and Gemini gives you an ad. There's no voiceover, but we'll be back right after this commercial break. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, get yourself a Bitcoin credit card, the Gemini Bitcoin credit card. That's right. They also have the Solana credit card and the XRP credit card. Go to Gemini.com/David G. Okay. Go take a look at the credit card lineup from Gemini. And all these credit cards are issued by WebBank. That's right. That's right. Shout out to Gemini. That is family. That is family. We are back. We are back in the building. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday. It is 2:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, I believe, I have to speak to my people, but next week, I believe we go from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 p.m., giving you a 2-hour show. We have a lot of people coming on. We have a lot of really notable names coming on to the show, not just onto the breakdown, but onto the podcast as well. And I will let you guys know when the podcast officially comes out. There's a name. I want to make sure that it's mine and nobody can claim. Okay. So you got me doing the breakdown every single day, Monday through Fridays, right now from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. You can check us out on Kick, Twitch, X, LinkedIn, YouTube. By the way, there will be a new YouTube channel. I'm going to break it all down in a thread, okay? I'm going to break it down all in a thread. And then we got the podcast coming with some really good names to have some really good conversations. I don't know. I might be in Miami chilling with Cardone talking about real estate, Bitcoin, money, passive income. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. These things are coming, okay? These things are coming. I am excited. I got a lot of people reaching out. A lot of people want to be a part of this. A lot of people want to see the DG brand go parabolic, and that's where it's going. That's where it's going. After this, I got to go ahead and do some content. By the way, if you want to go ahead and have me talk about something that I might be missing out on, go ahead and send me a DM. That's right. Also, anybody who wants to partner up, partnerships@Gokhshtein.com. That's right, partnerships@Gokhshtein.com. All right, you can go ahead and send all that stuff there. You guys are DMing me. I'm missing out on it because I don't see it. I have a lot of DMs. So partnerships@Gokhshtein.com. Shout out to everybody who has been absolutely nothing but supportive. Okay. for the last few weeks. I appreciate every single one of you guys. November is a great month because it is my birthday. This is my month. Okay, this is my month. By the way, I got some words here. Cardone came on here saying, "I look at this gorgeous guy. Look at him, handsome, dressed up." And then he called me Mandani, man. He said, "I got that glow like him. I got that Mandani glow." So first, y'all called me the president of El Salvador. Now I'm like the mayor of New York. God damn it, man. At least I ain't saying nothing's free. And I'm definitely, I definitely don't bullshit, man. So I don't bullshit. And I ain't gonna tell you shit's for free. Ain't nothing free. Bitcoin used to be free. You know why? Because you used to go to a faucet and get free Bitcoin. 5 Bitcoin for free off of a faucet. That was free. That was free. That was free. That was free. Grant was amazing. Replay the show. I love that guy, man. No Diddy, no baby oil, but he was like, "Hey, I like how you went from hey, you look great to like to like calling me." I don't know, man. I don't take offense to it. I don't take offense to it. It's all good, man. It's all good. And then he asked me if I color my beard. I don't. I really don't. Look, I got a little grays here from talking to you motherfuckers on social media. Look, I got a few grays here. It's okay. I am fine with it. I am totally fine with it. I am fine with it. Perfectly fine with it. But no, I'm not dyeing my hair, nor do I plan to. You know what? I want to age gracefully. I want to age gracefully. Do I want to age right now? No, but I want to age gracefully. That's right. I don't want to get no shit done to my face and I look plastic. No. I'm going to let the DNA run its course. That's right. I'm going to let the DNA my parents gave me, I'm going to let it run its course. The bloodline, the history of good-looking men. By the way, I probably am the most good-looking guy that has come out of the gene pool. No, actually, no. Actually, yes, absolutely. I am not only the most good-looking motherfucker that came out the gene pool, but I am the most electrifying personality that has ever come out that side of the woods as well. Plus, never mind. I need to stop clapping for myself. Let's go to the quote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, I still think crypto comes back. By the way, I wanted to talk about the Republicans and the infighting. Okay, stop fighting with each other. Stop. We got a bigger mission. We got a bigger mission out here, man. We can't be fighting with each other like this. We can't. Okay, we can't. We can say like, hey, we need to correct some things, but we can't do this publicly. We cannot allow the Socialist Party to take over America. How did you like the 4 years under Biden? Kamala, you imagine Kamala and dancing Tim Walz running this country? Trust me, we don't have it that bad because we could have had it real bad. All right? And I am somebody who's America first. Don't get the last name confused. I am America first. I was born here. I'm America first. Make no doubt about that. I love this country. Okay? I love the United States of America. I am so fucking happy that I was born here. That flag means everything to me. That flag. That's why I get upset when people say it's okay to burn the flag. No, it's not okay. I support the military. I always talk about the military. You can roll back podcasts. I support the men and women that defend this country. I am upset that we do not take care of them. We give them a VA card and nothing else. We don't create real jobs for them. They lose legs and limbs. They fucking come back losing a leg and arm and whatnot, and we do not take care of our own. You will not meet somebody who has more passion about this subject than me. But we can't be out here fighting, okay? Donald Trump saved this country, okay? President Trump saved this country. If it wasn't for him, we'd be fucked. Anyway, Yeah, that's right, Landy. Take care of fucking vets. All right? Create jobs. Let's use the money we send to other countries that don't give a shit about us. Let's take that money. Let's create jobs. How about we go ahead and put a vet by a school? You want to stop school shootings? Put a vet by a school. Problem solved. I dare somebody to go ahead and try to go into a school or to a church and try to blast off with a veteran waiting. Because these vets will give up their lives to go ahead and protect the people that live in this country. Go ahead. There you go. I solved your problem. Put a goddamn veteran, paid them $100,000 plus per year, put them by every goddamn school, and you eliminate school shootings. Okay? There you go. Solved it for you. That's why I want to run for the biggest office in this country. Because it's simple. It's goddamn simple. And I dress well and I look good. Anyway, let's go to the quote of the... Let's go to the quote of... I seriously, I love this country. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. I love this country. I fucking love this country. I am a proud American. Okay? Proud American. Proud to be an American. You know what time it is. By the way, thank you very much. Thank you very much for making this one of the biggest podcasts or live streams or shows on social media. We still got a hell of a lot to accomplish here. By the way, I'll have news I can't even say the word. I'll have new stats out. But 2 days ago, I posted up, we hit almost 2 million viewers in 2 weeks. Okay, 2 million people watched the show. That didn't include impressions. I'm waiting for this week's stats. Okay? There's absolutely no way they're not bigger than last week or the last 2 weeks. I'm going to make this the biggest show that you've ever seen. I'm going to bring on the biggest people on. You know why? Because I have conversations. I don't want to go do a goddamn interview. I want to have a conversation about everything. I don't want to do most of the talking either. I just want to sit back and listen. I want to ask a question. I want the person to just talk about it. Anyway, quote of the day. Quote of the day. Here it goes. And I end this. This ends good for me. Quote of the day. You think I will stop now? I am standing on the ashes of who I used to be. Whatever could stop me also died with that innocence. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Oh, I'm feeling like I'm back. I'm back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to Gemini for sponsoring this show. Check out the lineup of credit cards at gemini.com/David G. Okay, click on the link, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. All right, got some big things coming up. Partnerships at Gokhstein.com if you want to reach out to me about partnerships. I've been hit up. Guys, just send the emails there, man. Like, I can't keep up with the DMs. Shout out to everybody that tunes in. Shout out to everybody from YouTube, from LinkedIn, from X, from Rumble, from TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Instagram coming soon. Shout out to Landy. Shout out to all the homies. Hotep Jesus, he's live right now. Shout out to everybody who's been very supportive. DG coming back, 2026. Let's fucking go.